Welcome to this course on building mini games with ChatGPT. So those of us who are the 90s kid who have grown up with Flash mini games at one point, Flash was something that we used to build games, and it was quite a great thing until Apple came along and almost closed completely single-handedly, uh, changed the history of Flash because of security issues. So I was going through this website on SafeKid where we go through the list of games, popular games, driving games, puzzle games, action games, strategy, and more. So these are mini games that is great among kids. Tic-tac-toe. So these are more very colorful and attractive for small games. So while going through this, I thought of building this. Let me try to build the same things using ChatGPT. So then I started building these games, which are like I have run through each of these. The Color Pulse Challenge, Math Ninja, Memory Match, Start. So let's just go through each of these. So first we have the Balloon Pop Party. So it's a very simple game. Balloons come up and you try to place the balloons. So this is very simple for a young kid. The next, let's see, Battleship game, where you try to guess where the battleship is. You hit and miss, come across each of these. Nice. Then next, it was a language match. So if it is, let's restart. Let's refresh. So tree, sun, milk, apple. So it's a great language match adventure. Next one, this one. Let's refresh. So apple. You can put if you put it in the right place. If you're in the wrong place, this is also another for this is a wrong place, and this is wrong as well. This is right. So next game, there was a color match thing. So if you start and you say which color, it goes to the next one. So this is a hand-eye coordination game. Next one we have the math ninja. So you start and you solve the math problems and you get to the next one. So this is good for fast, quick learning mental math. There was a memory match game. So here you have to try to match each of these. So tiger, panda, lion, tiger. So that's how you match each of these. And if you can remember, this is a very famous game for small kids to start training their memories. And fox. And so it's, there is enough small animations to keep the kids engaged. So you have the dog, you have the pig, and you have the panda. So game complete. Game completed. Yeah, let me zoom in. So this one looks good. Then the next game was color challenge. So if you start, it tells you blue, yellow, green. You try to remember, and if you guess it right, you go to the next level. So there are 8 stages, multiple stages that you can build. There is a maze escape game. So it's just by arrow keys. You try to move through each of these, and you reach your final. And it tells you how much time and space. Another game, this one is purely visual for people, really small kids. So you click, new balloons come. If you click the bombs, it will be -3. If you press the balloons, it is +1. So we'll go through each of these games. We'll try to build each of these, and our only tool is ChatGPT. So there will no code. And we'll be using JavaScript, which is a famous scripting language for web pages. We'll be using taking help of HTML and CSS JavaScript to build our small mini games and customize them. So what is the end goal? So we have this vibe coding game jam. There are game jams like this which happen from time to time. So if you are good at building games, you can start participating in these games and also win prizes. So with that, let's move on to the next lecture. Cool. So let me introduce myself. I started as a curious kid, fascinated by code. Built my first basic game at the age of 14. I joined Color Coding Club in high school and won a national math Olympiad. I've interned with a robotics lab during the college, graduated with honors in electronics engineering from IIT, presented for my company at Mobile World Congress 2015, started up and was recognized by Cisco as a startup, became a keynote speaker at tech conferences. I've mentored 150K plus students across the globe. I've traveled to 50 plus countries around megacities around the world and now building the future of GenAI products. So I know a bit about all the things that I'm designing, and I let me take this opportunity to teach you some cool stuff, and I hope you have a great time learning these.
Let's start with a brand new prompt. So in the beginning, I don't want to give it a lot of information. So I'm to start with a pretty vague prompt. Create a game for a 5-year old. So that is my initial prompt. And it's able to give some of the rules, how to go about with this game. So I now have to tell it like what is the format of the game. I want it in HTML, JS. So this will trigger the canvas. So in canvas, it can be, yeah, so that triggers the canvas. So that JavaScript, it writes the JavaScript code. Here's a complete version of the color hunt game. Ask a child to find a color and they must click the color box to win and move to the next round. So let's preview this one. Yeah, so it has color, find the color yellow. So it has already started. It doesn't have a start button. So let's start with yellow, blue. So let's play through the number of stages. I think it will be 10. Generally, it generates a number of 10 stages. Blue. So it seems it doesn't have a number of stages. So let me ask how many stages in this game. So then it says that it seems it is not enough stages. So let's look at the code. From the code, we can figure out if it will just keep going on or it will stop after some time. Found, try the game. Oh, I didn't go for the wrong option. So if it is asking for yellow, if I click the wrong option, it doesn't show anything. Okay, so it has stages. Right now we can enhance it by giving it stages. After 10 characters, the player wins the game. Yes, please upgrade the code. So now we will have stages. And also we notice that if I click something wrong, it doesn't tell whether it's right or wrong. So we might have to correct that as well. So now it has stage, it has now stage 1. After finishing the stages, game celebrates and restarts. So let's go for there. Start with gray, yellow. purple. Let's make one mistake. Okay, it will not even move if there is a mistake. So only the correct one will take you to the next level. If I am clicking the wrong one, it is not even moving forward. Okay, so the number of options are increasing as we go ahead. Red and green, and then it cycles back to the first one. So I tell you the game did not end after 10 stages. Also, if we can add a modal at the end just to tell you that the game has ended. So now it's updating. You can see in the bottom right corner, it goes to updating. Now we have the new, there is a victory message and a play again button. So let's see if it works. We have black. So now this thing is not timed because it's for a child, so it's better it's not timed. It gives the child enough time to click through all of these, all of the stages. You finished, great work. So yeah, now we have at the end of the 10 stages, it is able to tell that those are complete, and it doesn't have a score as well. So which is fine for this game. We will not need to score. It's just that if they click the wrong one anyways, the game will not proceed. So I am happy with this level of the game, but someone might want to add. So keep count of the correct correct guesses and show it at the end. So if you want to make it just a little bit more competitive for a slightly higher age group, so then you can keep a count of how many times mistakes are being made and that mistake, and then give it a number of score. So again, it goes back to updating the code. If we stop this, we can see it's already happened. So it goes line by line, and within 150 lines of code, we have our game ready. So it starts from brown. If I do the wrong one, yeah, now it's going ahead. Even though I click, it's going ahead. So purple, gray, red. Okay, only one time it went ahead, but now again it's not. And blue. Then if I click the wrong one, correct is 10 out of 10, because anyways it's not allowing me to click on the wrong one. So eventually at the end it will always be 10 out of 10. So let's correct that one. Make the game move ahead when I make a wrong guess. Right now, let me tell also, give it more information. Right now it does not move ahead till I choose the right color. So with that, it will know that currently it is only allowing only after one on the right choice only it will move to the next question. So let's see if it updates that. It was able to do that properly. Let me know if you'd like add lives, animations, any other features. So now it has started to give me other options. So let's see how it works now. Green, purple. If I do brown, if I do gray, it's still working ahead. Yeah. So now if I randomly I click, it will say 3 out of 10. Yeah. So now it is starting to score me that how many mistakes I am making, how many I got right. Let me know if you'd like to add lives, animations, any other feature. And some animations maybe to make it more fun, more lively. So let's add some animations. Right now it's not a lot of animations. It has made it sound a bit colorful, but it has not given me animations. So let's now add animations to this game. Updating. Completed. Animation to make it more engaging. Color boxes, bounce. So let's look at that. Okay, so even when you are hovering, it has started to respond. If you click, it does that. Brown, yellow, red, green, purple, orange, gray. Let's make a mistake. So brown, yellow, and yellow, I click gray. So I have 8 out of 10, and this one you finished. Can please add a confetti celebration. So I have seen this looks very good. This comes from a library, basically. It's a library which will give you a confetti celebration. So quickly it will add. I think it's just 1-2 lines of code. At the end, when you finish it, it will give you a confetti celebration. And it's finished. So let's run it again. Green, purple, green. Let's make a mistake. Red, pink, pink, green, brown, and green. So with that, 9 out of 10, and that's, yeah, it throws some confetti. So with that, we come to the end of this one. So let's go to the next game. So now we have come to Google Gemini for the next game. So I'll give it a similar simple prompt. Create a game in HTML/JS for a 6-year-old. So now we'll go ahead 1 year and give it a simple. So with that, it will be able to figure out that this is to be in the canvas. It runs through all enhancements. So it gives all the thinking stars, how it is thinking each of the lines, and it opens up the canvas. So for an simple star catcher, colorful stars will fall and the player will move at the basket. Catch as many stars as possible. It will have bright colors. So it's still generating. This is quite default. I have seen generally within 150 lines of code, but this one is going beyond 250. It's almost 350 lines of code. So it launches the preview and it looks pretty good for the beginning. So start game. So immediately we can see the game, and yeah, we're able to catch it with my basket, play with my. So if I miss those, not a problem. It will just not count. It will just not. Oh, the lives are going down. So game over. Your score is this. So add more padding to buttons immediately. I can notice that the buttons don't have padding, so it's just sticking to each other. Also, confetti at the end of the game, and make the lives look like emoji hearts. So generally the lives are denoted by hearts. So I'm telling it to modify the code accordingly. So we have the score. Move your mouse or finger to catch the falling stars with the basket. So finger, so it knows that it can be also played on other devices. So you can also use a finger in case of a tablet or a phone. So it gives you both those options. So when it's updating, in case of Gemini, it will go around here. So you know that it's updating the code. And here are the changes. So button padding, confetti when the game ends, fun explosion, and heart emojis. Yeah, so heart emojis were able to see updated code. So the code has grown a little bit more. And so now let's play the start game. It still doesn't have the padding, but if we start the game, so those things are working fine. Now let me lose a heart. Yeah, very quickly. Yeah, and now the confetti is also there. So it's only this button. I think that is not a button. This button, it has added the padding. add now, add 3 levels, levels of easy, medium, and hard. So it will just speed it up, I guess, if it is able to understand the prompt. For easy, it will be slow. The stars will be falling slowly. One of these buttons will start the game at this difficulty. Medium is similar to previous, and stars are much faster, appear frequently. Okay, so easy, I have 5 lives. Play again. Oh, it's updating. That's why it's not responding. It's just said you can't click. So this is also a good thing to have. When the code is getting updated, you can't click on any of the buttons. Original game button has been replaced, and here is the updated code. So it updates the code. Let's see if it is doing it real time. Yeah, it's done. So if I preview this thing, refresh, yeah. So now you have move your finger, mouse your finger, select a difficulty to start. So if I have easy, it should have 5. Huh? It has 5. So this will be pretty slow. So you have to miss 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 2 more. So game over, score 3. And for medium, we have already done the medium gameplay. Let's do with hard. So the speed is pretty good. Okay, I'm still able to catch it. So it's still playable. Like for a 6-year-old, average 6-year-old can still play this game. Okay, so the confetti is also there. With that, we have all the pieces in place, and other enhancements. Suggest other. So let me ask for other enhancements for this game. Play mechanics, educational, mobile experience improvements. So power-ups, rainbow star, big basket power, obstacles, visual and audio treats, more varieties, sound effects for browser-based sound, or even simple colored circles for variety. Simple animations, themed background. So it's able to find out a lot of enhancements. So there is a lot of data, almost 8 more interactive play again. And the confetti play again button is good. We could have redisplay the button difficulty buttons immediately. So these are just a few ideas. So it has quite a evolved bit of enhancements for the game, how to go ahead with this game. Now let me ask for give me the prompt to recreate this game. So I'm asking it to give me, if suppose I'm taking this to another LLM, what is the prompt that should be given? Difficulty level, styling. So this is also quite complex. Create a JavaScript game called, there is a core gameplay. Player controls the basket, stars fall, player moves the basket. There's game mechanics and features, difficulty levels. Game is over for these conditions, and then controls. Ensure the basket movement is smooth and responsive to both touch and drag. Mouse and touch. Should not be, the basket should not be able to move outside the canvas boundary. So here's a mistake, able to move outside the canvas boundary. So there are cases where the basket goes out of the canvas and the game becomes non-playable. Visual styling, use child-friendly engaging visuals. The game should be responsive, adapt to different screen sizes. Structure, so it also gives structure. So it's a very good prompt. You can see that it has. So let me copy this one and share. So let me copy. So with this, we will finish this one and we will move on to the next game in Claude. Okay, so let's now come to Claude, where we will look at. So Claude gives us a lot of prompt options. In write, we have write speech drafts, create presentation scripts, develop a unique voice, learn, help me make sense, code, challenge, create API documentation, personal learning, live stuff, learn something unexpected. So Claude gives us a lot of prompt templates to start with. So I will again start from a vague prompt, create a game, HTML game for a 7-year-old now. So Claude goes into thinking mode and drafting the artifact. So it's a balloon pop game. So it quickly generates the code. You can also change the size of the page. Yeah. Interactive artifact. So it's generating the styles. I'll be happy to create a simple game suitable for, I'll make a colorful balloon popping game where the child can click to pop them and earn points. So that is what it interprets from my vague prompt. The styles are complete. Balloon pop game. Game variables. So it is also generating some comments so that it's easy to understand the game. Start game, reset game. Start spawning balloons. Then random position. Balloon style. Play the pop sound, so it has pop sound as well. Spawn another balloon. Show pop text. Play the pop sound. And how the game will end. So handle resize. So that's how it has gone to the preview. So we also have an export. We have option to download as HTML. So this is unique to Claude. You can change to the code from here and have a preview here. So colorful balloons that float up. You can also do publish and download as HTML. This is unique to Claude. Colorful balloons that pop up, float up from the bottom of the screen. Simple click to pop. So this would be good to play on tablet or mobile devices because the touch interface is much better for popping and this kind of gameplay. Score counter to track the pop balloons, 60-second timer, big buttons and text, bright colors. Starts with a welcome screen. So we have overlay, balloon pop game, click the balloons to pop them. When the timer runs out, they will see the final score and can play again. The game is designed simple enough. So because I mentioned that the age of the player, 7-year-old, so it has Claude is able to keep it simple to understand and play independently without any supervision while still being engaging. The colorful balloons pop effect when clicking them will keep a child entertained. Would you like me to explain or make any changes to it? So let's see the gameplay. So once it starts, the whole screen, so the timer is working fine, but I'm not able to see. Most probably the image, finally it comes. So it comes after a very long time. So it's vanishing even before I can click it. So I'm able to click some of them. So it seems it will vanish at this level. So it will not go up to the entire level, but it is vanishing right before. Also, if I don't pop, it will not count it. So I have to immediately pop it as soon as I see it come. So end of 3, 2, 1. End game, game over, and your score, and play again. So immediately I can notice that the balloons are not floating to the top, to the top edge. Also there is a long time gap before the first balloons appear. So it seems it has the way this thing works, the balloons are generating at a much below the screen, much lower than the screen size, which is why it's taking time to come up to where we can, at the point where we can see the balloons. And also because of that, it's also ending. So I think there is a offset, which because of which the balloon is stopping immediately just after appearing. So if it goes up by another half of the screen size, we will be able to see the balloons for a longer time. So it has done the updates. Let's see. Initial delay. Let me fix the balloon floating and reduce the initial delay before the balloons appear. So change the animation timing. So it has made it faster. Fix the animation to now start from the bottom all the way to update the animation keyframe to make the movement more natural. Initial delay. So there was an initial delay, making them more responsive. So let's see if that helps. Yeah, immediately I'm able to see a lot of balloons. Oh, there's a lot of balloons. That's a ton of balloons. Yes, now it's going through. And the moment it reaches the top edge, it's able to, it's blasting by it's popping by its own. And now I also see when I click it, it says a +1 at the top. So it's in yellow. It's almost not visible. But now it's a lot of balloons, and also there's a lot of colors. So that is also nice. And it also maintains versions. So in case I have made I want to go back to a previous version, which was better, and I have come in a wrong direction, I can go back to that version. So let's see if we can go back. 3, 2, 1, its game is ending. Game over, score is 29. So let's go back to the first version, the totally first version. At that point, we had to wait a long time before the first balloons appear. So basically the balloon is there, but it is below our screen, below the screen bottom. So which is why we're not able to see it. And the moment it comes in, so the top edge, because of some calculation mistake, the top edge is around this point, at which point it is popping. So let's see if we can go ahead. In mid game, if we can go to we are able to go to the latest version. Time play is working. The +1 is coming at the top. If you check here at the top, we have the +1 when we click on the balloon. So this looks good. So let's suggest other improvements that can be made to this game. So it goes back to thinking, several improvements, special balloons, create challenge balloons, and include occasional bomb, that subtract point. That sounds good. The bomb balloon idea is good. I'm going to implement that one. Visual and audio, include background music, add visual particle effects. This one is also good. Create different balloons shapes or add faces. Gameplay, progressive difficulty, that is always you can add different game modes, include power-ups, create a combo system that rewards popping multiple balloons very quickly. Add achievements for reaching certain scores, include a high score. Educational limits, so you can add numbers, simple letters, or simple math problems, because remember this is for a 7-year-old. Make certain colored balloons worth different points to teach color recognition. Include balloons with shapes to help with shape recognition, so that's educational. Accessibility improvements, larger balloons to make it easier. Include options to adjust game speed. Add voice narration. Visual interface updates, more colorful background, maybe a sky with clouds. Progress bar, make score increase more visually exciting. Add a simple tutorial with animate. So So the LLM is also going one step at a time. It has not added all these enhancements right in the beginning. It's also giving me the basic gameplay first, the basic framework, and then it's allowing me to increase the complexity as much as we want. Personalization allow players to choose their color, let them set a nickname that appears on the game over screen, and include different themes. So there can be different themes. So the specific improvements I want, these improvements, that the bomb one improvements. So let me copy them directly, include occasional bombs. I will give it that one. Background music, visual particle effect when the balloon pops. I want that one. And the third one was progressive difficulty game, different game modes, power ups, combo system. Maybe this combo system, reaching include a high score, create a virtual sticker book or collection that fills as they play more games. Larger balloons, voice narration, colorful background. So let's choose between multiple balloons. Colorful background anyways, it's just a visual treat. So let's see it's able to, this one is more functional. So let's see if it creates a combo system that rewards popping multiple balloons. So all three of these improvements, bomb balloons, particle effects, and a combo system. Let me update. So it goes back to updating. So this is my version latest, v6 latest. So I already see a bomb. Yeah, there is a bomb class, position, pointer, animation, and bottom 0. So I'm able to scroll up to see my previous prompts. Improved animation, fix the initial delay, added code to spawn balloons immediately, reduce the random delay, 550 to 300, 800, okay. So it takes some time, I don't know, probably it's because my system is slow or so this is new. If I hover on this, hi, I'm Claude, how can I help you today? So this one is new. Click the balloons, watch out for bomb balloons, they cost you points. Game over, and here's a doc type. Start game. Okay, it's starting the code from here. Balloon colors, particle colors also, it has some particle colors. If it takes too much time, I will stop this here and I will come back in another lecture. So probably because we have asked for these three enhancements, which are very complex, these three enhancements, it is requiring a lot of code changes to implement these number of changes. So it also complements, like this week it was about ChatGPT becoming more sycophant. I'll implement all three of these great improvements, whereas these improvements were suggested by Claude itself. So it says these great improvements because it just compliments me on my choice. So more code is coming in. Spawn bomb for the spawn bomb function. Bomb HTML as SVG. Create particles, show pop text, increase the score, remove balloon, handle combo system. There is a balloon style SVG again. Yes, so I've implemented make the balloon popping. So it remembers it's for a 7-year-old. It remembers the context of this game. And we've reached the version 8, I think. V8. So from V5, we've come to V8. Added bomb balloons occasionally float up. Clicking a bomb causes the player 3 points. Oh, score can't go below 0. So it takes care of that. So it's interesting. And added colorful particle effects when, okay, so this has also reached the max length. So let's see if we have to continue or combo 0x. If I click those, the bomb is floating up. -3. Yeah, if I click the bomb, if I keep the combo, so combo 3x, the combo is also working fine. The bombs are not that frequent, so you can completely dodge them. And this one is a big bomb, -3. Yeah, still I'm able to keep some positive. The confetti effect is coming with the top, so wherever I have clicked that +1, that +1 has the confetti. So it's interesting. The colors remain the same. If I click the bomb, -3, the colors, there are 6 different colors, and game over, your score is 58. So let me get the prompt for this one. Let me give me the prompt for this game. Here's the prompt. So it's also create this popping game, code gameplay. So it has these sections. 7-year-olds, specifically for 7-year-olds. So core gameplay, special features, visual design, user experience. Okay, so in 4 sections, it's able to describe all the features of the game. Game should entirely self-contained in a single HTML file, embedded CSS JavaScript, making it easy to run in any without any additional dependency. So this is nice. So with that, we'll come to the end of this and go to the next lecture for the next game. So now ChatGPT has the context that I am creating games for kids. So here I will say, now create a game for a 8-year-old. So now this will be a bit more complex. It understands the context. It knows that I was creating using Canvas. It goes back to that initial game idea, color code challenge, generate the HTML code, generate it. So I think it's also going to that color sequence memory game. If it's too similar to this game that we already have, we will ask it to change it a bit. So here, let me stop this to see new code getting generated. Yeah, so within 150, here's the complete game designed. It's a memory-based sequence game, color pattern, and tries to repeat it correctly. If you know the sound timer, you know, if you know like sound timer, lives, or more stages. So let's run this up. Remember orange, red, blue. Okay, so orange, red, blue, correct. Stage yellow, purple, orange, purple. Yellow, purple, orange, purple. Red, yellow, orange, purple. Red, red, yellow, orange, purple. Yellow, green, purple, blue, orange. Yellow, green, purple, blue, orange, and then yellow. Purple, blue, green, blue, red, purple, green, green, blue, red. That was not the right order. So it's getting very complex even for me. So this is quite complex. So let's enhance this. Let me know if you need sound, timer lives. Make it add some animations to make it lively. So even at stage, within stage 5, 6, 7, also when there is repeating colors, that was a little confusing. So if there are two greens or two reds, at that point you don't know that when you have to click both of them. Blue, red, green. So it gives you a blue, red, green, green, blue, orange, orange. Okay, now that solves it. Green, blue, orange, orange. So just by adding the animation, orange, green, blue, purple, blue, orange, green, blue, purple, and blue. Stage 4, orange, green, orange, blue, red, yellow. Orange, green, orange, blue, red, and then yellow. Green, blue, blue, green, yellow, green. Green, blue, blue, yellow, green. No, I've definitely messed it up. So because of the animation now, it has solved that. So it's very tough to go actually to go to step 8, or probably it will be easy because sometimes 8-year-olds are good at certain games, which we will not be as adults. We will lose that ability. So maybe who knows? Maybe they're good at this one, and so it's tough to go beyond 6 sequence where there are repeating colors. What other enhancements it has suggested? Sound, timer, lives, or more stages. So a timer and lives. So maybe add a timer and lives to this. Also, compared to Gemini and Claude, you can see that this is more the text. So ChatGPT doesn't try many different fonts. Maybe I will ask it to add some good fonts, playful fonts maybe. And so it's editing color sequence memory game. Cannot preview, error occurred. Okay, there was an error. Life, what is the error? Run successfully, uncaught. Okay, it's trying to write somewhere. If I have added a timer and a lives counter, okay, probably it's trying to save something to the local storage. If it is doing something local storage, maybe we have to save this and run it on a local file. Let's try to preview. Okay, there is fix the bug. Yeah, it gives that fix the bug option. Timer. So it's editing the code. Failed to execute right. Unexpected identifier. Let's see how it goes. Edited, issue caused an emoji. The issue caused by the emoji in the timer text has been resolved. Okay, the emoji in the timer text that was breaking it. Let's see if it is working. Red, blue, purple. Red, blue, and purple. So the timer blue, yellow, red, red, blue, yellow, this red and this. Orange, orange, yellow, red, yellow. Orange, orange, yellow, red, yellow. R, P, P, R, Y, B. R, P, P, Y, R, and B. That was maybe the R. I clicked the wrong R. So right now the add change the fonts to more playful game-like fonts. So the color, like compared to Claude and Gemini, it stays very formal. Also the background, it has not changed that, done nothing with the background. It's editing the game. So watch the sequence, then click the colors in the same order. Yeah, now it has green, red, yellow, red, blue, green, green, red, blue. So interesting thing was that I was able to, just by adding that animation, the initial problem that we had, it was solved, that if there are multiple cards of the same color, it is able to rename open console. So here ChatGPT does not maintain any versions. So if you have made some mistakes, it can be tough going back. Time's up, time left, time's up, you lost a life. So it would be tough going back if suppose something goes, if you have made some development in the wrong direction. So we have to maintain the versions ourselves. So you have to keep copy the code. So we have the copy stop it or don't. There is a copy version where you copy the code and you can keep a copy. Luckily, it's just one file, 230 lines of code. Luckily, you can keep it in one file and okay, it starts immediately. So it's one in one file. You can copy it and keep a version. Keep it as version 1, version 2 as a local copy. And the fonts have been updated using press start 2p. For the main text, let me know if you have customized further, apply sound effects. So sound effects are always a good addition. So you can try that, add some sound effects. Finally, I will give me the prompt. Give me the prompt for this game. Create a colorful animated memory game. Game shows a sequence of colors. Bonus, add subtle CS animation. Make it more lively and fun. Tailored for a different age group or game style. So that's a good enough font. So we'll stop here. And next we'll look at the next game in Gemini. So now we are back to Gemini, Google Gemini. And we want to, now Gemini has the context that we are creating game using our canvas preview. So now create a new game for 9-year old. So this will be a little bit more complex. It goes to the next one. Now create a game for 9-year old. So it have to change the Flash 2.0, Flash 2.5. So I lose the context, but that's fine. Create a new game, gameplay, puzzle solving, and case of the missing mascot. Inventory system, generate code to prototype. So now it gives generate code to prototype this with canvas. Create a new game. Okay, so it just regenerate, goes to a new one. Try again without canvas. So it gives the entire description of the game. Create the HTML/JS version. So it's a creator guest game code, quest game code. For the creator quest. Okay, that's a tongue twister. Creator quest, designed to be playable in a browser. Okay, so for Gemini is very good at creating a ton of. Okay, it goes like a D&D. It's going in a D&D kind of style. Now, Whispering Woods, your inventory, assemble the creature, select a part. Whispering Woods. So how do we play? Here's the code. Page consists world map, a creation area, and a puzzle area inventory. Okay, so Whispering Woods. If I click, assemble the creature here. Okay, this is not very intuitive. Select a part. Apply styling. Ensures a responsive layout. So page contains a game container, world map. World map contains buttons. Creature creation. The inventory shows the parts. So I think this is too complex. This is too complex for just HTML, JS. Give me a new, a different game. So it's better to move to a different game, simpler game, color catch. Okay, it's again going to those color-based games. So probably I will tell it not to give me a color final game score over. Start color catch. Okay, the overlay doesn't go. The restart button doesn't. Okay, so the problem is the model stays on top. So let me tell it to remove the model at the game beginning. So this is a default. This is like a generic mistake for Google. It keeps the model on. So remove the model at the game beginning. The model should not be visible. In terms of layout, Gemini is able to get the feel of the game. So it will have colorful fonts, backgrounds, images. I've removed the game over model from the beginning. It will only appear when the game restart. So this is a recurring problem. Oh, it's still showing the model. I seem to have trouble removing. Let me try again. So it updates. Code is updating to the start game function to make sure overlay is hidden. If I refresh console, if I refresh this, no, there's something wrong. So at the back, I can see the color is coming just like that balloon pop game. This game has problems, so I can ask for give me another game in another flavor. Memory match game for you. How about a memory game where you match pairs? So probably it has gone, the age of the child has gone out of context. Probably I have to remind it. 4x4 grid face down card. Is this appropriate? Is this uh, of is this appropriate? Not appropriate, but is this easy enough for a 9-year-old to play and win? Designed to be easy enough. Here's why. Simple rules. So it justifies that why I choose this game. Simple rules, visual matching, no complex strategy, and this game relies on memory rather than complex and adjustable difficulty. 16 cards you can easily reduce to make it easier for younger. If you want to make any adjustment, reducing the card to make it more suitable. So I think 16 cards is okay. Reset, pick a card. So if we start, let's start from there. It's emojis, rocket, a star. So I got the star. No, it was different. The smiling one, the spec one, the fire. I was guessing it would be the rocket. So then the I love. This one I have not seen yet. So this one will match with this. So you can see there is a lot of so you win in 13 moves and it also counts the time. So this is good. It keeps track of the move and the time. So you can see that the image is smaller. So let's make the card smaller, like half size. So whatever currently is the size, I have asked it to make it half. Also at the end, so my favorite is confetti celebration. So adjust the card sizes to be half. I also scaled down the font size. So the fonts became smaller, but the cards remained the same. So I want the fonts to become bigger and the card size smaller. So let's see if it is able to interpret. So the font, what it understood is it has reduced the font size of the emojis. So now my ask is increase the font size, the card size remains the same, and decrease the card size. The card still same width. Let me be more specific. Width and height. Reduce the card height and width by half. So let's by 2. Let's say by 2. Let's see if it understands in the game by a factor of 2. Okay, it understands the factor of 2. Game is ongoing. Okay, so now it has reduced the height. Make emojis 5 times bigger. Emoji font. I think if it is 5 times bigger, it will be able to fill the entire card. So right at the onset, it has been able to get the moves and the time. No, it doesn't change anything. Let me try a different prompt. The emojis are too small. I can barely see them. Maybe if it understands this prompt, it will try to make the emojis bigger. So that is much more visible now. Still the same, not a match. I think if I match, you found a match. Nope, the emojis still have the same height. If I tell it to change the height, maybe it will stretch it. I apologize for the oversight. So it apologizes. So Gemini is very well known for being very apologetic. It is always apologizing for everything. I have corrected the card sizing, should now be half the size. I am correct. Now the emojis still have the same height. Found a match, not a match. Maybe I'll ask it to use animal emojis. If we change the emojis, maybe that will change it. With will replace the existing emojis with animal emojis in the in the in the game. So we have okay, we have animals now, but it is so small. It's not even visible. Ah, the fox, you found a match. The dog, the pig, bear, the tiger, panda, was here, the lion was here, and the final one. You win in 15 moves and that much time. So it's able to. So this problem remains. It will be tough to solve this. So you can try how to increase this, or maybe start from scratch. So let me give me the prompt for this game. Let me tell it a mini game. Give me the prompt for this mini game. So I like the effect that it's dancing. The goal of the memory match as a prompt. This prompt explains the game's objective. The goal of the memory match is to find all the matching pairs in the fastest time possible. How to play? Game starts with a grid. So this is good. This is a good prompt from which game tracks. Give me the prompt. Give me the prompt here in chat. Will it be different? Will it be different from what it shows in the canvas? So it's normal text and how to play, the player game, the game how to play. Okay, so it's exactly the same. So that's nice. So we'll move on to the next game. So I figured out why there was the error, and there was only very small fixes to correct the size of the emojis. So here you can see the emojis are now 5 times bigger, and the card is also high. So I will tell you where the changes were. So there was change on line number 47 where the card height was 0. So instead I made it 100px. And then in the card face, line number 82, the font size was only 1 rem. So I changed it to 5, like my initial guess was 5x. So when I put it as 5 rem, I got this particular layout, which looks good. So this is why just a few small tweaks, just knowing a little bit of HTML, a little bit of CSS can make your game look like better and also more interactive. So let's go to the next one. So with Claude, the problem I faced was Claude is very aggressive in using up tokens, and it will make a very creative game, but it will use up all the free tokens, and probably I will need a pro account to get to a proper game. So here, while I'm not able to show it real time, how the prompt for the game is being generated, but I will just run through what I did. So I started first, give the prompt that create the HTML CSS JS game for a 10-year-old. Keep styling minimal so that the code is shorter. So this is my attempt to use less tokens. So then it creates a very simple game, which is catch the star game, where you just click on the star. Game has a 30-second timer. You click on the stars, and it was a very easy game. So it was not. It was more like a 5-year, better for 5 years with the basic hand-eye coordination and quick reactions. So then I responded with, this is too easy for a 10-year-old, and Claude also understood that probably find the game too easy. So then they go to a more challenging game with multiple levels, obstacles, and strategy. So this time it goes for a space explorer game where players need to navigate increasingly difficult asteroid fields. So the game features multiple outro options, resource management, progressive difficulty, and there are multiple game elements. There are asteroids, so it's just like you are flying through the space on your spaceship. Visual feedback, ship changes color when hit or collecting fuel. Level system and how to play. So the play is quite intuitive. Start the game, control your spaceship with the arrow keys. Avoid the asteroids, collect the green fuel cells, score points, advance through levels by earning points. So the game provides more challenge through continuous movement requiring quick reflexes, resource management with the fuel system, progressively increasing difficulty, and negative consequence if you make mistakes, strategic decision making. So this sounds good for a 10-year-old. This is enough to, will providing enough challenge to keep them engaged. Now when I started playing with the game, I'm seeing any spaceship or asteroid at that point. Now here in the final version, so I went through 14 versions. I went through 1 to 14, and even right now the game is not working. So what happens, I saw that any spaceship or asteroid was not visible initially. So I'll just show what the current version is. So it says use the arrow keys to move, collect fuel green, and avoid asteroid. So if I start playing, what it does is you can see that you can move the spaceship at least. The fuel is decreasing on the top right corner. Score is increasing just because you are able to fly through. and you are not able to still not able to see the asteroids or the green fuel cell. So it just appears at the top left corner. Slightly you can see. I'll restart again. Keep your eyes here. See, the asteroids are coming, but it is limited to only the top left corner. And if I take the spaceship there, let me do it faster. So in the beginning only, if I can take it there, then I will sometimes get a hit or a miss, crash into an asteroid. So you have to only, everything is happening on the top left corner. Probably it has to extend to the entire canvas, entire black area, the canvas you can see, and then only we will be able to play it nicely. So I run into multiple issues. First, I don't see any of the spaceship asteroids. Cloud says that it will try to fix it, set the initial position instead of calculating position based on the container size. So it does certain things. Now, then next I don't see the fuel cells. I can't collect any of this, and I run out of fuel before I hit any asteroid. So I was running out of fuel very fast. So in that case, what Cloud did was reduce the fuel consumption. Their fuel cells became more frequent, so that I get fuel replenished very more quickly every 2 seconds. Enhanced visibility, slower difficulty progression, and so then the asteroids and even the fuel cells are not showing right now. Let me fix that. Enhanced asteroid appearance, so they change the color also to make it visible. Added a light colored border, both inner glow outer glow effects to make it more visible, and both the CSS class and generator function. Immediate asteroid generation, debug the console logging, and consistent styling. So these changes should make the asteroids clearly visible as they appear from the top. They now have a lighter color, border highlighting, and glow effects to ensure they stand out against the dark background. Try playing the game and you should now see that the asteroids appearing and moving down the screen. Let me know if they're visible now. So it will probably need more levels of prompting. It is not actually unsolvable. I would actually give you as an exercise that try to solve this thing if you can add the proper prompts which will get this thing working. And at this point, we'll realize that if I have to prompt so many times, maybe I have to try other models. I'm thinking of using DeepSeek. So we'll use different models and see if we can one shot or two shot get the response, get at least a working prototype within a few shots. So clearly in Claude, because Claude is, I think, works for more complex problems. So Claude is not able to give simple problems. So this is a disadvantage for Claude. If it was a more complex game, maybe a 3D game or a Quake game, it would have been given a better result. But because this is just a very simple space exploration 2D game, Claude tries to over calculate, and because of which it is tough to do with only free tokens. Probably will need a pro account. So with this, we'll move on to the next game, but I leave this as an exercise to you. See that if you can, this would be interesting, that if you can do with few shot prompting, if you can get this space explorer going. So we can also generate the prompt for this game. Probably it will give me the prompt, which I will paste in the next lesson, and you can start from there. Here's a prompt, recreate the Space Explorer game. So it will probably replace the artifact. Yeah, Space Explorer game front. So you have, this is the entire prompt. So I will put this in the next lesson. So after that, let's see another game. So I have created a detailed prompt starting with a developer assistant using project specification, and gives us instruction, focus on creating age appropriate challenge for a 10-year-old. So it knows the context. The prompt is detailed enough to recreate, but still leaves room for creative interpretation. Would you like to add any details? So you can start from this prompt, make changes, and try to get that space theme. And with this, we will go to the next game, which I'm thinking of doing with Gemini. Just need to switch up the order a little bit. So next game, I will try to do Gemini for a 11-year-old. So now, I will catch you in the next lecture.
So let's start in Gemini. So we want to make the game for now. We want to make it for a 11-year-old, and this time I'm going to try 2.5 Flash, which is the new model. So do you want a pro or a preview? So the session based on your search history. So let's take the preview model, create interactive game in HTML, CSS, JS for 11, 12, or 11 year old. So it starts to think through with the new model, catch the falling stars game. Okay, we have been through this before. Let's see if it is good. Try again without canvas. So it has option trying again without canvas. But okay, let's check first with the canvas version. If it works, game over, your score is 0. So create a fun and simple game. You will control a basket at the bottom and try to catch the stars falling from the sky. Okay, let's start. Let's start the game. One. Okay, it's fairly good. It's fast and responsive, so I'm going to move faster. Game over, your score is 9. Okay, but this game is too simple in terms of code. It's entirely in canvas. There is a canvas tag in HTML. So let's try giving it that feedback that this seems like too simple for 11-year-old. Please create a different game which is a bit more complex. Just a little bit complex. Catch the for instance. Okay, I understand. Simple platformer game. Here is a code for a simple platformer game. Navigate obstacles by jumping. Okay, something like Mario probably. Simple platformer game where the player has to navigate obstacles by jumping. Let's see how that works. So that is my player. So this is I'm also seeing for the first time. Use the left arrow keys, space bar or up to jump. Touch devices, you can use the left, right button, jump button provided below the fence. Okay. So it has created a game which is playable in touch devices as well. Nice. This game introduces concepts like gravity, jumping physics, and collision detection with different types of game objects, platforms, obstacles, and goals, making it a bit more complex than the previous one. I've included basic responsive design and comments to explain the code. Let me know what you think of it if you like to add more code. Let's look at the commenting. So function to start the game, start, hide any previous message, extend the game loop. Falling to the bottom. Okay, it's quite a bit complex. Function to draw the entire thing is in JavaScript and HTML is minimal, and then a little bit of styling just to get my game interface. Okay, so if you start from there, restart the game, left, jump, and right. Now, let's click here. So you hit an obstacle. Okay, I can't hit the obstacle. Restart the game. So you jump over there. Now you've crossed it. You have totally crossed. Collect the coin to win. So it has jumped. Okay, it is very jumpy. So here we go. We can go like this. I have really jumped fast. And is there any way to left go? Let me know if you'd like to add more levels. I have included basic responsive design. Jump across the green platforms, avoid the red, and reach the yellow coin to win. So I don't see the yellow coin. Okay, I don't see the yellow coin. Or is it something like Mario that you have to hit the green platform, then only the yellow coin will emerge? Let's see what it does. The goal's position was calculated, and on smaller screen, it might have pushed upward. Okay, it has gone out of the screen. So this is the problem because this is not full screen. The canvas is just a part of the screen. That's why update code for simple platform. Okay. Oh, okay, now you can see that yellow. So now let's click here, select the canvas. Then I jump onto here and I just fell through. So you shouldn't be able to see, you should now be able to see position on the high screen platform. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's start. So I can see that I jump here. and here. So I can't cross that. Oh, I'm so close. Let's. It's moving too fast. So I don't see a yellow coin. It's the blue character. My character is blue, right? A blue rectangle. What did it say previously? Blue square character. So my character moves too fast, so I can't maneuver it maneuver it when jumping. So it has to slow it a bit down and update the immersive. Okay, adjust the player speed, make it easier. Value in the code. Here is the updated code. Game with a slower play speed. Let's see if this is better. So it had updated quickly. And let me select my canvas. So it's moving slowly. Yeah. It's able to move slowly. It's gone past. Let's start again. Jumped in. It fell off. So once it's going out of the canvas, it becomes very tough. So let's not make it the character. Let me say don't let the character leave the canvas, because once it goes out of view, it's impossible to know where the character is going to land. Make the border of the canvas act as a hard stop for the blue character. So probably now if it hits the wall, it will be like it is hitting. If it hits the top or the left, it will be like I can add checks to keep the player within the canvas boundaries. Function to prevent the player from moving off the left or right edges. Here is the updated code. So now probably it will not go out like in previous versions, it was going out. I've added the following checks within the update function. This will ensure the player horizontal position was kept within the visible. Let me know if okay, that looks good. So let me select the canvas. So the movement is fast. It's ready to go out. I was close. I was close. But it goes out of the Y. So on the X and restart the game. So it will not go on the left side. Can't go out. But on the right side it can. So again, let's try. You win. You collected a coin. Okay. So the moment I collected the coin, I win. So this is just only one coin collected. So let me tell it to add more levels so that the game can keep moving forward to moving towards the right, so that the camera can keep moving towards the right. Adding more levels, much more interesting, involves expanding the game beyond a single screen to include a longer level with additional platforms and obstacles, and implemented a simple camera system as the player moves to the right. Here is the updated code. So it understands the concept that how I want the camera to move. Let's see if it has done the proper thing. So I start from there. So this also reminds me of the Flappy Bird game. The Flappy Bird game, we're able to do this. So here, no, I hit the obstacle. So now this is similar to what Flappy Bird does. Restart. Let's go with first I have to jump. Then I have to strafe past this. This red one is hitting me. Also, that dinosaur game that we have in Chrome, by default, when we lose internet, at that point, this game is there that you have to strafe as close as possible and then jump through. Jump on this, then keep going right. And if you wait at the edge, collect the coin to win. So this time there is no coin. Here the summary of changes, player bounce, collision detection. To the right, a view will scroll, revealing more of the level. Placed further to right, going to navigate the new platforms and obstacles to reach it. There is no yellow coin at the end. So probably this game is not that complex for an 11-year-old to navigate through. But just by prompting, giving it more prompts, adding more levels, this can be made more engaging and more complex. This particular kind of gameplay, where you are controlling a character and you're trying to move through a map. The goal's vertical position. So it explains what it has done. Please try the same thing again and see if you can now spot. So let me restart. Now everything is gone. I am not seeing any one of them. Here is the update code with the adjusted point position. This might make it more noticeable. This is not bad. Find there are errors, small errors. Okay. So overall, it's a might have to roll back and try again, but this gives a good idea of how to create this gameplay and how to keep developing on this. So I will try to correct this one. I will also leave you guys to see if you can get the final game in a better position, and I will find you on the next video. So I created the prompt from the previous code, and then I started a new query, started a new prompt, and when I provided the prompt, this time it was able to get a much better version. So now it is just the jump left and right, and if I start the game, so you can see it's moving. So it's able to jump through, and it's on hitting the red square, it will die. There is some problem that once it restarts, it keeps moving right from there. So there is no way to, so if I immediately click the left button, then only it is able to stop it. So I jump, and also at the bottom, it is getting stuck because I have told it that it can't go below that. So it is limited at the bottom. And finally, when I get the yellow coin, it says that the coin is also now circle instead of oval, and it registers it as a win. So I told it to create it in the canvas. It gives me in the canvas 3 separate files to play, and then copy the code, create the files, open the file in a browser and see the game. Use the arrows for movement, spacebar to jump. On touch devices, use the buttons. Let me know if they. So this works nicely for a basic game. Also, one thing I wanted to try quickly was try again without canvas. So if I click that, will it generate? But I cannot directly create and execute. Okay, so in that case, it will not be able to do that. So I just asked curious about it. Ensure that you have to download it into your computer and then open it in a web browser. Okay, so that's a quick update. Now we'll go on to the next one for the game for a 12-year-old. So when I was creating the game for the 12-year-old, I was just having a practice run, and it was interesting. In the beginning only itself from the 12-year-old, it was able to give me this Space Defender Pro. Like the previous example in Claude, where we got stuck with a Space Explorer race. This time in DeepSeek, I got the same game. So I give a very vague prompt to begin with, create a game for a 12-year-old. I didn't even specify that HTML, CSS. So it just gave me some rules and price ideas. Then I clarified that I want it to be HTML JS game. It has to be in the canvas, and it gives a simple game HTML JS. Copy the single HTML file. So it gives me the entire code and then customization ideas, add power-ups, increase. Let me know if you want help expanding it. It suggests some enhancements. I ask for add all these enhancements into the game. So it adds all the enhancements and rewrites the code. So this is version 2, and it's quite playable. Like new gameplay features, difficulty scaling, sound effects. Live system, start with 3 lives, lose 1 when hit, and move right, left, shoot. Try it out, move it dynamic now. Let me know if you want feature boss fights levels. So in this one, when I play, let me just play. First, let's check so the code. There is a code. There in the code option, you have copy, download, and the run option. So once you click on the run option, is when it opens up, and it directly gives the review and it starts playing. So I have to select it once just to get the canvas running. So the response is slow. It moves very slowly, but I'm also able to shoot. So let me just come across any of the asteroids. By pressing spacebar, I'm able to shoot. I get some yellow. And also as the gameplay progresses, the asteroids will also get faster and faster. So I'm getting some updates, some upgrades, and I will also show that example where you will get some lives in some cases. On hitting some of the asteroids, you'll get a life. So this is again a power up. But now the asteroids are getting a little bit faster. And also you can send 5 of them at a time. This is life. So you can see the lives increase by from 3 to 4. So a green one is a life and a yellow one is a one of the upgrades. I got another life, it's 5 now. So it's a pretty nifty game. For a very simple prompt, like just create a game, it gave me exactly that which we struggled a lot with the Claude. So that's how models work. You never know which model will give which model will be able to, even every time it will not respond in the same manner. So just end the game. So I got rid of all the lives by hitting the asteroids, and immediately I got a score of 170. So it's interesting that every time you will prompt the model, it will give different types of game. And sometimes you have to prompt a lot of time. If you remember last time, I had to prompt like 14 different versions of Claude, but I never didn't even get the game to at least a point of play that you can say that it is we are able to have at least a starting point. But in case of DeepSeek, in this case, suddenly I'm able to get this within a one-shot prompt. Maybe if I try again, it won't work. It won't work for like, let me try, instead of speculating, it's better to try this one. So let me just copy and start a new chat. So let's get the same, exact same prompt. Let DeepSeek go through it, calling it the Pixel Quest Treasure of the Lost Island. So it goes into that same mode. It doesn't know to use canvas. It's just giving rules how to play it, mini games, customization, and then multiplayer option. Not too hard, not too easy. Tech tools to build it. Scratch for 2D version, Unity or Godot for the 3D polished graphics. Expand a special wrap. Please create the 2D version in HTML, CSS, and JS. So hopefully this will start getting the HTML JS version. The code will start writing. It's creating different files this time. So last time it just created one file, but this time it is creating separate files. So the next prompt will be just to combine all of this in one single file. Now most of it will be in the JavaScript file because most of the functionality will be done. So in case of JavaScript and CSS, I can see that it doesn't have the edit option. It is just copy and download. On top you can see only copy and download. So we have two options, copy and download. But for the HTML file, we had the run version. Let's run it and see. Right now it's just very empty. It is just minimal, just the structure. So you need to combine all of this in one place. Combine, like we do add a specific feature. Combine all three in one file. Treasure of the Lost Island, a single HTML file. So initially the run option is disabled till it finishes. So this is a interesting, this is a good feature. It doesn't let you run until it has generated the entire code, because otherwise somebody might mistakenly click it and not get the response, and they might start complaining that the code is not working. So this is good UI, good UX, where you disable the button till your entire code is ready, till the entire page is loaded, and then you enable the button for the user to start interacting. So how to play? Copy it into, open in the browser, use the arrow keys, collect the gold treasure to increase. Let's run this. Let's see if it will work or not. Treasure collected. Collect gold, push the boulder out of the way if it blocks you. So I am the red player. So I think if I go to the yellow, treasure collected keeps increasing. If I hit the boulder, push the boulder out of the way if it blocks you. Enemies like a rebel treasure, inventory system, touch controls for mobile. Copy the entire code above, open the browser, use arrow, collect gold treasure to increase your score, out of the way if it blocks you. Add more levels and treasures. Add more. So we go step by step, small steps at a time. More levels and treasures. Immediately start button, because if gameplay is done, I still have the control, but it doesn't tell whether the game has ended or if I can restart this game. So those are also some enhancements that can be done. So let it run through the entire. It has come into HTML part. Now the JavaScript part. So in terms of UI, even DeepSeek doesn't do a lot of select a lot of fonts or colors. So Gemini is way ahead out of that for this particular use case. So you can see create treasures. So DeepSeek also does a good amount of commenting, so that if you want to change any of the parameters, change any of the numbers, you can just look through the code and see how by changing the numbers you can slow down certain things, make things faster, or make things bigger. So all those kind of changes, small changes you can do right inside the code because it is well commented. So this is what we call maintainable code. Update player position, check the treasure collisions, check exit collision, check if all the treasures are collected, and start the game with the end game. Three different levels, more treasures. Let's just go through more treasures, collect them all, exit the portal, reach it after getting all the treasures. Level progression automatically will move to the next level if you complete to level 1, each of the level. Let's say helpful feedback on collecting treasures. So there is now messages as well. Use arrow keys, collect all the gold, push boundaries out of the way, find the purple exit after collecting all treasures, complete all three levels to win. And it also suggests some future improvements. More levels, enemies that move around, keys and locked doors, inventory system, timer is counted. So let's run this one. This is the new version. Fit level 1, treasure collected, and I'm the red player. So the purple treasure found. The purple one is the exit. So if I take this boulder, I can move this boulder. Apparently I can also, let me see if I can move it on this direction, put it on the purple frame. level completed. So since I reached the purple door, it understood that I have treasure found. It's giving me those messages, helpful messages. So the boulders I don't have to move too much because anyways it's even without moving it, I'm able to get the treasures. Level 2, treasure collected 5. And also the speed also, as I keep pressing the button, the speed keeps increasing slowly. So if in the beginning it's moving slowly, but then suddenly it starts dashing. So that's a good thought process. Level 2 completed. So I can go through without removing the boulders. I can collect all my treasures, 7, 8, and 9. So 8 and 9. And finally complete the level. The boulders vanish and it stops there. So it doesn't say the game has ended, but it's decent that it knows that the level 3 level has completed. If I go there, level completed. Okay. So it can be improved upon, definitely. There can be other improvements, add character, add glyphs, and all those things. But this is a nice state that we are currently in, which can be built upon. So this was interesting. This was an interesting prompt result from the prompts. And let's go to ChatGPT next for the 13-year-old. So you'll see you in the next lecture. So we're now back to ChatGPT, where it all started. So this time we'll say create a game in HTML, CSS, JS for a 13-year-old. Quick math challenge. So it's going for a math code. Open this in the browser. Countdown timer, score tracking, simple layout and design. Random math question. Let's run it. Have a preview. Type the correct answer, hit submit before time runs out. Try to get the highest score in 30 seconds. So time has started running. 20 plus 9, 10, 63, 1, 5, 3, 24. So it's just going to check how good they are in maths. Just do random mistakes. Score. It will reset. It will reset and it will restart. Will start into a mobile friendly app or have sound effects or difficult level app. Make it look more attractive and colorful. So it will focus more on the CSS and the styling bit of it. So I'm expecting it to add more colors and fonts. Updating. Yeah, now this looks much better with shade and different font levels. But it starts immediately. So add start button. Don't start the game immediately after page loads. So that is important. It's immediately going to start, and it's also not stopping. After going to 0, it doesn't stop. So start game starts from there, and then whatever we're writing. But I'm also sure it will not stop when it will be 1736, 36, 32, 18. So I'm pretty sure it will not stop. 7, 6. It will go to 0 and it will not stop. Okay, it does stop, but it doesn't tell you what is the final score. But this is not the simple math game that I want. I don't want a math game, but a more engaging game, interactive game for a kid. Catching the falling emojis. It's like similar to that catch the stars, I'm guessing. So let it update. So these are some games that they always fall back to. If you don't specifically specifically say that this game, these are some of the fallback games. It will always. So now it's food falling, and you have to catch it with a basket. So reminds me of Pong. How we used to Pong. So it works, but it's too simple. This is too simple. This is too easy for a 13-year-old. Make a game which can be challenging to play for a 13-year-old. So this game just keeps on going. It doesn't have a stop or a finish. So it's like a never-ending game. To make the game more challenging and increase difficulty, bad emojis, game over screen. Would you like to implement all this or this one? Let's implement all of these and see. Even though I don't expect it to get much challenging or engaging for a 13-year-old, but let's at least incorporate all the enhancements and see how the next stage, next version of the game looks like. ChatGPT is quick enough to respond. Some emojis are bad and must be avoided. Missing good emojis, catching bad ones costs a life. So game over message and restarts after 3 seconds. Okay, so there is a way the game will stop. We have 3 lives. So there are some good emojis, some bad emojis. Your game is over immediately. How to restart? After 3 seconds it restarts. Okay, so let me avoid the bad emojis. So immediately, okay, so instead of any of the good or bad, I'm losing lives. I am losing lives even on catching good emojis. So even when I caught the apple or the strawberry, my life still went down. Let's see if ChatGPT is also able to identify that error. Because the catch detection wasn't properly checking the emoji's height. So now that it starts, let's have this food. Let's avoid this snake. Okay, so there is some errors. But anyways, I don't want to have this following kind of game. I don't want this falling emojis game. I want something completely different. So now it will be a maze escape game. Would you like to implement? Yes. Implement it in canvas. I spelled it wrong. So let's see a third version. If third version of the game is engaging enough. The game has transformed into a maze escape game with keyboard controls, randomly generated mazes. Use arrow keys to navigate from the green start block to the gold goal. If you would like a timer or move counter for extra challenge, levels with increasing complexity, sound effects or character skin. Want to take it even further? Okay, let's see how the game plays. So, yes, this one. Yes, this one is properly, the walls are working properly. Like if I even try to push against the walls are not moving. So I go in there. The moment I reach the yellow end, keyboard control random generated images, use arrow keys to navigate gold goal. Levels with increasing community. If you'd like, want to take it over there. Yes, add these, that we would like to sound effects, add these enhancements. So it stops abruptly because once my character, the green character, reaches the yellow gold one, it vanishes and there is no feedback as to the game has ended or whether you are successful. So let's see in the next with the enhancements how it performs. So I'm guessing there will be multiple levels, maybe 3 levels, and let's see if the maze is dynamically generated or is it fixed. So we have to allow maybe some images coming in, multiple levels with increasing size and difficulty. Okay, so the maze definitely, okay, there is a timer, there are moves as well, and once I go there, it says start game, the timer stops, the moves are counted, it stops at the move. Now again you are, it's a different maze, so that's properly implemented, that you are able at least, because previously I see that the maze is the toughest thing to build. Generally what they do is they have a hard hard set and it keeps repeating, showing the same maze, but this time it has at least dynamically generating the maze. So you can see moves are adding up, time is adding up. Let's try this one. So 19, 6 seconds, 32, 9 and 32. So it's not multiple levels. Just see the maze escape game, timer to track how long, a move counter, a victory sound effect, and a HUD heads up display showing times and move. Multiple levels with increasing. Acha, okay, this has not been added. So if you would like maze themes or avatar customization, obstacles, traps, or keys to collect, add these improvements. So probably it would be better to have a 3D version of this, but then we'll need it right to be playable in Canvas. We'll try to see if it can build it in Canvas, like the flying game that got popular or those games. Let's see if we can build it in HTML. Problematic code, check neighbors method, issue arises, and then maze defined fix. We need to ensure we only, so it gives me the fix. Checks the index results. Would you like me to apply this fix directly in your code? Yes, please apply the fix. In the meantime, let's try to play the game. The game is playable or not. Yeah, it's playable. So you have to figure out how many steps you have to go and minimum in the minimum number of steps. So from the visibility of it, okay, I have updated. Replace the manual calls with a game loop. Player movement can win checks. Now trigger a redraw via a need draw. Here's the updated version, and it's updating. So let's go there. It's from that side. This move, and your code has been successfully updated. Request animation frame. Let's start. So it's pretty easy to see from top, like which way I have to go. Some roads are completely locked out. So it's pretty good at building the maze. This is, it went to next one. This one doesn't have a final. Oh, I don't know where to, which side to go. Now this maze is almost like a, it's completely locked out. Okay, you have to come back. You can come back outside the canvas. I'm able to make the movements outside the canvas. Here I come back in. So I'm able to, there's an error. I am able to go outside the canvas. Let's see if it can identify that error. So the best part out of this is that the dynamic maze drawing. So that algorithm is pretty bang on, and it can easily create the mazes, which are every time it generates a new one. Cannot preview, error occurred, fix this bug. Thing that it said is, would you like me to apply this directly? It had some error. Let's check. Okay, this time it has completely broken it. So anyways, we got an idea of how to create a maze game and what kind of prompts will get us there and how to incrementally. Okay, we got another version. Let's see if it works. So this time. So it's also so much complex that I have to almost go through the entire square to reach the final point. So it's pretty well drawn so that you can't just go from one side. It's not very simple one. I would say it is a bit complex that you can't quickly. Okay, now the levels are working. It's getting, as I am going, getting better and better. So last time what happened was with the scale, it was not scaling, because of which it was going outside. It was not scaling to fit the canvas. Now this time it is like it's scaling properly and I'm able to see the entire thing. So if I go like this, and it's making me jump through a lot of hoops. So this time it's more than 100 steps I had to take, like, then from that side right. Okay, so almost 135, 136, and it keeps getting more and more complex. So okay, so now this can be engaging for a 13-year-old. I would think this would be engaging. It's very complex. Okay, so I will stop here and I will get the generate the prompt and put it in the next one, and then we will look into some other different games. So see you in the next lecture. Now let's see if we can create a popular board game. Create a popular board game in HTML, CSS, JS. So let's see which board game it will choose. Tic-tac-toe. That's the simplest one. Code provides a functional tic-tac-toe game. Let's see if it's work. X turn, post turn, X turn. Okay, it has stopped because it has won, but it didn't inform that there was no special. So if we do this, we cut this one, again it's reset. So instead, if we can stop this one, reset game, feel free to try it out. Let me know when a player has won. So it just stops and the button just changes, but If any condition is met, the round 1 flag is set to true. So let's see, here is a code for the game. So thinking if no one appears 1. So game lets you know when a player has won by updating the status message displayed on the screen. Let's reset. Let's go from there. Add some kind of modal or message to declare that the game has finished. Updated code. So in this case, what they will do is update the canvas itself. And we have this one. So let's do the move. Game ended in a draw. And to win the game, player X has won. So the model works fine, but this is too simple again. So this is too simple. Make a more complex game for me. Should have said board game. Slightly more complex. Okay, it understands from the context that I am still looking for a board game. It also gave me an idea of a card game, so maybe I can ask for a card game next. Create a game called Collect the Stars. A board game which is slightly more complex. Collect the stars, start the game. So I think I've done this game previously. So if I keep doing the yellow, okay, if I hit the red one, I'm out. Create a game involving 52 deck of 52 cards. So I'm trying to push it towards Soliloquy or those kinds of game, solitary, or where we use the 52 game cards, draw to 21 card game. Let's create a game that uses a simple and engaging game to start with the basic draw to 21, similar to a simplified blackjack. Okay, it's giving me a simplified blackjack game. Try to get your hand value as close to 21 and hit or stand. Okay, so deal the cards. I have 8 and a J, draw card or stand. So I have J 11 and 8 19. I am very close, so I will stand. You stood by 18, click OK to play again. Deal your cards. 17, draw card, you went over. Deal, hit or stand. So it's 13K, 11, JQK. So it's 13, 14, 15. So I can definitely draw again. Deal, I did draw, draw again. Event over. Hit or stand, scoring, card values are standard. JQK are all 10. Oh, okay, JQK are all 10. Aces are initially counted as 11, but will switch if your hand exceeds 1. The game ends when you are bust or choose to stand. A message box and clicking OK. This game is more complex as it involves a dynamic deck calculating scores based on each card value. Feel free to explore the code. Let me know if you want to modify, add more features like a dealer's hand or try a different card game. So I can keep drawing or I can keep stopping 18 right at the beginning. It's better to stand. I got bust. 19, better to stand. 14, can draw. 19, 14, can draw. Stand. You stood by 16, click OK to play again. So it's a pretty simple game. Pretty simple game. You just have few options and give me another card. game which is quite different or maybe challenging. So I'm trying to push it to a more challenging card game. It's updating the logic. Memory match. Card game requires player to remember the location. So it's similar to the animal emoji game that we played. But this time probably we will have actual cards. So there are 52 different cards that you have to remember. Moves, pairs found. So it's a K, 5, spade, all of them are. Okay, this is going to be very complex because to remember each of them is going to be a little hard skill. 7, Q, there is a 5 here. G, so make the heart, and spade colors red. So spade and clubs is fine. Spade and clubs, heart and diamond. Color red. So at least there will be a way of identifying the color. Suit symbols in red for those suits, which is updated code. So let's see how much change has to happen. So it has updated the diamond and the spade. Okay, if only the top ones match, that's good enough. 3 and a 5. Okay, even if the numbers match, that's good. So that's a nice hack. At least then I can go through this faster. 7 and a 3 and a 4. So this one is a K, 5 with a 5 and K with a K. We have found 12 pairs in 29 moves. So if the numbers match, it doesn't bother about the suit. So this is very good. This was interesting for a card game or a board game. So let's try another LLM for other board games or card games. So see you in the next lecture. So now for DeepSeek, I am thinking of creating a jigsaw game. Let's see how it performs in jigsaw puzzle game in HTML, CSS, JS. So let's see how it performs in terms of a jigsaw puzzle. So it has to handle different artifacts, simple jigsaw puzzle that you can customize. So they're easy, medium, hard. So it has 3 levels. And it's creating multiple files. So I have to tell it to combine. Just shuffle the pieces initially and create the puzzle pieces, set initial position, make draggable. So okay, there's a drag and drop version to this. Calculate offset, bring to front. So there is a drag function. Move the event listeners. Snap the piece to the grid. Update the game state and game position. Okay, piece position looks good. Shuffle pieces, create a random position. Assign new position to pieces. load the new image. So this image is coming from some outside. How to use it? Customization often change the default image. So combine all code in one and run in canvas. So let's see if it is able to find this out. As a single HTML file. Okay, it understood. And all the styles are in place. There's a game container. The container looks the same. The image is something probably it will not be able to access because the pick some photos. Let's see if the pick some photos are accessible. Those generally break because unless you download the HTML and do it in a separate HTML browser file, generally that picture breaks. Let's see how it performs in DeepSeek. Drag functions, drag and snap, get bounding client rectangular. Okay. Highlight the selected piece, start drag and end drag. So from starting the drag to ending the drag. Check the puzzle solved. Check if the puzzle is solved, load the new image. So single file solution, canvas based rendering, difficulty levels 2x2, 3x3 and 4x4 for hard. Game controls, click and drag to move them. Use the drop down to change difficulty, shuffle button, randomize pieces and new image button to load a different picture. Let's try to run it. So medium, easy, medium will be 3x3 and hard. So it has been able to get the, if I tell to get a new image. Okay, so it's able to show the images. Now if I want to drag them, you can snap the pieces. Let's see, it starts from here. It's the left side of it. This part is on the bottom. This will be in the middle. It's a very small part. So probably it's covering up the things if something is already there. Okay, so it's just covering up. This one will go here. This one was on top. So we don't know where the other piece went. There it is. And this last piece. Yeah. So now this is going to be. How do we snap this in? So this is going to be tough because without the without removing the other one, generally they would switch the places, but in this case it is just going on top of another. So this is an interesting problem to solve. So let's tell it to provides open the file, difficult tables, random images, visual feedback. The last piece is hard to place as it covers the piece that's blocking its position. Make the So the solution is make the last two pieces snap places when snap last pieces snap make the last two pieces snap into their correct position automatically. Automatically. So I realized that the prompt is not very pinpointed, but let's see how. Because LLM is supposed to know that most of the online puzzle pieces are like that. They work in such a way that the last pieces, each of the pieces switch their places. So make the last pieces snap as the calculation automatically. Yes, make the last two pieces switch position at the same time. Maybe that is a better prompt. So when I tell it that, so what I'm saying is it can do from the beginning. Here's an advanced version from allowing swapping pieces when you drag one piece onto another. Yeah, so maybe it will do what generally all the jigsaw puzzles have. Right from the beginning, when you are moving one piece on top of another, those two pieces will just interchange their position. So let's see what solution DeepSeek comes up with. Last pieces, default medium, if we can see. Position, each piece in their current position pieces. Function for drawing the pieces, draw the piece borders. Shuffle the pieces. In the meantime, let's try the easy one. If we try the easy one, then we still have that same problem. How do we get this one? And it's this. Okay. Okay, that's one solution. To get all of them one on top of the other. Let's see this one. In this case, let's try to solve in this manner. This part will be on the top left corner. This will be middle. On the right side of it. So we first put it there and then bring this back. Okay, that's the easy solution. Probably we don't need to update the code. Let's say in this one, if the snapping happens. So give it the medium one, shuffle the puzzle. This is the right place. Now this time the swiping is happening. It's working correctly. So this blue and this is correct. So drag pieces, drag a piece on top, and congratulations, puzzle solved. So this way, by swapping it was faster. Yeah. So this is easier. This is the easier version. In the case of the previous version, we would have to stack 2, 3, 4 pieces one on top of other, and it was still possible to solve the problem. So it's an interesting lesson, interesting learned from this round of prompting. So let's try in the next lecture. Let's try another LLM to get another one of the popular to get one popular game. Maybe I'm thinking Battleship. Okay, so now we are back in ChatGPT, and let's try to one shot a battleship game. So create the classic battleship game in HTML, CSS, JS. So let's see how does it respond to a one shot prompt. So first it gives a random shape 10 plus 10, 10 plus 10 grid, and a random placement with a hit miss detection and a victory condition. So it starts writing. Let's pull this in. There's a create board, place the ship randomly. The size, validity check the validity for start size. And so there is ship sizes. It's computer cells. It's checking for the valid condition. There is a computer player automatically. And then this will like open the ship replaced a two-player version. So let's run this now. So this is our zero from a zero shot prompt, and let's preview. So in this version, this is my click the notifier. So we start, we hit something, miss something, hit, hit, able to hit all of them. So we've got two of them. We'll also need to update of which are hit. So we also need a summary of if something drops, it got to hit, we got another hit, one more hit, miss on my part, one more hit. From this one, fourth one, and fifth one. So you win. So with that, you win. So give indication when uh, ship sinks, and give the count, give the names of the ships remaining. Finally, add celebration when the game ends with our confetti.js. So it starts updating. So from the comments from the first version, you can see it's a minimal, there is a very minimal design, but it's very effective. You can just click through, and it also understands that we need an automatic player. There has to be an automatic player. So in previous versions, I have seen they try to give two human players, and then it becomes you are playing on both sides. Rather, it's better if in the beginning only it understands that one of the player is automatic, and then you are able to play through each of those steps right at the beginning. So just adding some more. My guess is that the name of the ships and also the boundaries of the ships. So the way they keep the battleship has announces when a ship is sunk with its name. So remaining is carrier, battleship, cruiser, submarine, and destroyer. So now my board also it has set my board, so I don't have to bother about how do I want to set it. So that saves some time. So we sunk the enemy's cruiser. So rest of them are remaining. Keep going. Destroyer gone. So the algorithm can get a little better because I think right now it's very simple the way it's trying to sync my ships. There one, it's a mess. The carrier goes. So now three of them are gone. It's the battleship and the submarine left. So now the battleship is gone and the submarine is left. So why can't the submarine be hiding? Let's figure that out. There. So that's all of the five are done. So the initial algo for how it tries to detect my shapes are very random, so it can be made better, and we can add more levels. So we can add more levels if you want to have three levels, like how it guesses where is correct. And so this is a decent starting point from which more it can be made to look. Maybe you can improve the UI, improve the UI, and make it more uh, game, make it look more engaging uh, with right graphics, with make it more engaging with animations. Maybe let's see how what kind of animations it will add given this constraint. So the second in the second shot, it was we were able to add the names of the ships, and also in the we added a confetti at the end. So that's looking good. That update worked for us. So this is the way you start from the zero shot and you keep making it better step by step. Okay, click the enemy board to fire. Right now it's not showing anything. Now features are more engaging, hover animation and smoother layout. So that broke it. Click the enemy board to fire. So the designs have gotten better, but the click, nothing happens. Do we have a console? Let's check the console. Stop. Let's have the console. Let's preview. There's nothing it is showing. Nothing happens. Clicking. So I'm just reporting there is an issue using your script. This means that this issue is that your script tag at the bottom remains, and this means there's no inside it. Isn't running. Reinsert the logic. I'll now add the working. Okay, for some reason the JavaScript has not been was not in the script tag, so it's just showing the UI part but not working on the function part. So let's see after this update if the actions work. ChatGPT is pretty fast in updating compared to other LLMs that are in my experience. Reinsert the full JavaScript logic and add back the working JavaScript code that makes the game interactive. Give that improved UI. The game logic has been restored. Ship placement, turn handling, ship syncing announcements, and you should now see interactions when clicking on the enemy board. To add sound effects or a start screen. So now this looks much better. There is some kind of animation. Yes, some animation is happening. There, we hit something. That's the submarine gone. Now let's see what's over here. It's a destroyer. So we got the destroyer. We got something else over here. Is it the carrier? Yeah, it's a carrier. So the carrier goes. So my EA is faster, is better at that algorithm has to get better. Now this one is, what is this one? Number 3, the cruiser. It's a cruiser, and I've got the fifth one. That's the battleship. So that's we win and winning. So this there is now animation. It looks good, and so we'll call this. This is pretty good progress. And you can see you can add sound effects and other improvements. So wish you good luck with that, and we will move on to the next lecture. Now let's check the other LLMs. What is the condition of the other LLMs and how the models are working. So let's go for Perplexity next. So once we say the command is create fun game for 11-year-old, and so Perplexity creates the canceling the falling star game, and it gives the complete code, but it doesn't start from a canvas. And currently, it also explains how to use and why the game is great. It also is a good salesman. So it says why the game is great for the 11-year-olds. And then when I ask it to run this code in Canvas, I can't run this directly here in the chat interface, but I can help you. So it gives it how to run the game code yourself, run locally, or run online using these online editors like JSFiddle, CodePen, JSBin, and it gives all these sites, all these steps. So it's just one more step where you have to keep updating the file, and then you have to ask Perplexity, attach that file here, and keep asking for increments, incremental changes. So it just adds one more step into your process, but otherwise it is able to give you good code and improvements as you go along. Then the next one we will check out Grok. So currently in Grok, or is it Meta? Let's check what is a Meta. Yeah, so this is Meta. Let's go back to Grok. So for Meta as well, it is able to give you the code, but it doesn't run it in the browser. As for Grok, yeah, so with Grok, I was able to create an educational game for a 10-year-old in HTML, CSS, JS, and run it in Canvas. So Grok was able to create it in index.html. It is able to give the code. So I got the entire code, the HTML, JS, and CSS. It's around line numbers. It doesn't mention the line numbers, so it's not hard. What is the line number of code? And once it moves into the next one, so the changes I've asked for it on the second version. Also, it doesn't maintain any versions, so it gives. This is probably the third version. So I asked, the first version there was some problems with numbers were overlapping. So my prompt was numbers are overlapping, hence I am getting game over even on choosing the correct answer. So then it gives a solution, and in that one, fixed exposition, and there was some bug in that it was only the first number that was coming down was the right answer. I think it still persists because right now I've just made it more attractive with colors and animation. So this is the current state of the game. So let's play this. So there is a math number at the top. You can see the answer. The first number that comes down is the answer. So it gives a great job. 17 multiplied by 8 again is the first one. 18 plus 1. So you can see the bug still remains that the first number that is coming is actually the answer, because it has just moved the y coordinates, but otherwise it has kept everything same. So you can always be sure that the first one will be the answer. So maybe if you tell it to correct this, so that will be a next step, and then you can improve from there. 7 multiplied by 5 and 18 plus 40 is 32, and 9 plus 2 equal to 11. So I will let it go and let it stop there. Yeah, so game over. You get a final score, and you get a nice play again button. So that's good. Now the next one is Meta. In Meta, what we have is create an education game for a 12-year-old. Let's create a game called Quest of Knowledge, and it features, so it's an education game. It is able to get all these styles, create in HTML, JSS. It gives me the code nice in different scripts. Can I run this in the here in the browser? I ask. It gives the embedded code in one HTML code. No, I don't want to create any file. Unfortunately, it's not possible to run HTML servers directly in this chat interface. So Meta currently doesn't support it. But looking at how other models are developing, probably very soon we will have a canvas in Meta AI as well, without creating a file or using a code snippet runner like CodePen or JSFiddle. However, so similar to what we saw in Perplexity. Open CodePen, go to CodePen, copy the HTML, CSS, JavaScript file or JSFiddle. So it gives us the instructions how to run it on other online editors. Let me know if you would like more information on how to use it. So this is how the state of art is in May of 2025. So I think in few more months everything will change rapidly. So this is just an update on how the other LLMs are handling creating mini games, right, and playing them in the browser. With that, let's finish this lecture here.
Completed all making these games. What next? So you can start by following Andre Karpathy's Twitter, where he's the person who started created the term called vibe coding, and then you can go check out Level CO at Level CO, who organized the 225 vibe coding jam, game jam. So his name is Level CO. I think it's Pieter Jewel, and here's an interesting tweet on the top that 4 out of 70 plus projects made money in Glue. 95% of everything I build has failed. My hit rate is 5%, so ship more. And he gives a list of all the things that he has built. Then you can check out the Vibe Coding Jam game. It was done in March of 2025. And there are some competition rules, the judges being Peter Levels, Tim Sorer, Andre Karpathy, Ricardo Capello. So these are the who's who. And then your official announcements, all the things that happened, the resources, vibe coding, tutorial, getting started. So you can look through all of these. Then there is another fun code, fun page. So it starts from here. It's like you're flying through the entire thing, and you have a flying plane. So you fly as you scroll down. Vibe coding jam, first game jam for vibe coded games. Then there is a list of the jury. You see the list of the jury. The sponsors, it was done by bolt.new and CodeRabbit. And submit your game. So you can participate in similar game jams going forward, like the 25 vibe coding game jam. 1000 plus games where 1000 participants joined this code jam and sponsored the 25 winners. There were the top winners. Check out Victor Tango, Great Tax Assignment, which is similar to GTA, and Vibeware. So the judges, 5 judges, Andre Karpathy, Ricardo Cabello, S13K, Team Solid, and Peter Levels. So browse all of those games. Yeah, go through all of the games that were created. There's a Vibeverse portal. About the quest, Digital Realm faces a new challenge, creativity dwindles, rules, and FAQs. So good luck with creating great games, and I hope you take part in future code jams and win lots of medals. So with that, we'll conclude this course and see you in the next one.